Big Boy's
Big
Neighborhood.
Boy.
All righty now, ladies and gentlemen. When you listen and watch this interview, I'm just gonna say whatever your device is. If you're still on pencil pen, grab that tablet of
Get
paper.
it.
Or go ahead and type some notes to yourself because we got Master P in the neighborhood, man.
building.
Welcome back to the neighborhood, P.
What's up, big?
Man, hey, dude, I'm surprised you came in because every time I would stop coming in here live because I'm going to tell you, bro, I got a Versace jacket at the house.
I remember that.
I got a Versace
remember
belt
that.
at the house.
Yeah.
Now I done got this. I got the hookup too.
Hey.
It's like every time you come in, I take something from
Yes,
you.
you
You know what I'm
do.
saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm
Well,
not.
I'm gonna just give you something today, big.
Okay,
Oh.
okay. Just
So
take
you
it
don't
off your
take
neck,
it?
right? You
No,
take the
no.
headphones off.
I got these manadas
Hey
for
man,
you, big.
let me tell
Hey.
you. Let me make sure that you didn't wear it because we're the same size. Hey man, let me tell you about this. All right,
Yeah.
now pronounce the name of the shoe again.
Manadas.
All right,
Manadas.
and I see this, and I told you when you walked in.
Yeah.
I said, hey man, I really love your shoes, and I'm talking
Yeah.
about colors and
Yeah.
everything. And I say, man, we so quick
Yeah.
to validate others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And by the way to this, I can feel that this is a real shoe too. Not,
yeah.
not that I was expecting anything different. But we so quick to validate others,
Yeah.
man. Like, oh, I gotta have the ones that look like socks. Is the Gucci band over yet?
Yeah.
You know, and that's cool. It's your bread, whatever you're doing
Yeah.
with. But we kill our shit on the vine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? We don't think we could do this to be able to make
Yeah.
high fashion shoes.
Or be respected when we do it.
Yeah, I mean, but that's real Italian leather. I'm the first one to put leopards. That's not cheetah. People be saying cheetah. This is
They don't know
leopard.
the difference, right?
This is high end fashion. You know.
And you know what I love, man, is that you're doing it.
Yeah,
And that's what I just say as consumers, man, the urban dollars is what make companies go over.
Man, we
And
have
we
a
so
$2 trillion spending.
our
That's what
spending
we do.
power is that.
That's what it is.
And
And we don't own nothing.
I know, man.
We don't own nothing, and people don't realize. So being different and being unique, I could have made the same thing everybody else had, but I said, you know what? No, man, I definitely have to make this to where it's loud colors and it's leopard, so you could see this. It's different. It's not the same.
Hey, man, and it's crazy. Like I say, we validate.
Yeah,
We validate others, man. And,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because even as consumers, people go in to a store, P, and they'll, whatever the price is, you walk in
Yeah.
and in Beverly Hills, that's the price.
Well,
you walk in anywhere else, like,
Yeah.
man, how much you gonna get? How much you gonna charge me for that?
but we also
What about
hate,
no tax?
We also hate on each other.
yeah,
man.
easy call.
So we be like, man, well, that's Peace shoe. I don't want to get that because
Yeah.
so what's the difference in a Versace or Gucci?
Yeah,
Let's be honest. You don't even know them people.
yeah.
And so a lot of the stuff you probably didn't like. A lot of the stuff you might say, "Oh man, that's ugly," but somebody got something to wear with it. They
Yeah,
like
and
it.
then because there's these other shoes that everybody's wearing. I don't know the name of them.
Balenciagas?
No,
Yeah.
not the Balenciagas, but they're like these big. Future had a pair. I don't know who
those
make them.
sandal thingies.
No, they like big bottoms and
Yeah.
everything, and I see everybody wearing them. I
Yeah.
don't know what they are. You know what I'm saying?
Balenciaga makes chunky ones.
Oh, really though?
Yeah, they make chunky
and I
ones.
seen them, and I'm just like, oh, okay. But everybody wearing them, so they
Dirty looking ones,
became
too.
popular.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
but like I said, it's about us supporting us.
Yeah.
And that's why I got the hookup too. I want people to know. I felt like it's no movies owned by us.
Yeah, man.
In comedy, I mean, we know this is African American and Latino comedy at its best.
and I'm gonna get around to it, man. And I'm definitely gonna take these as well. I just think they look better with a chain. But
Yeah.
Hilarious.
but
They do.
oh yeah.
Ice cream chain.
I would definitely. I got the hookup too.
Yes,
You created it.
yes.
Why go to the well once again, man? Like the ownership of it.
Well, it's 20 years later,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to do this with my son Romeo. Romeo is a businessman. We partnered up and did this together. We put our own money in this, and
As you should.
And this has never been done to see, two hip hop people come together, even father and son, to create a project of this magnitude, and to be able to put so many up and coming stars.
Yeah, man.
Man, people don't know. We up for the Guinness Book of World Records, 126 speaking roles in a movie.
And it could have been
Wow.
127 if I would have went
You
down
know
there.
what, Big? I called
Hey,
you,
man.
Big.
He was
I said-
telling me,
I
Big-
said, Big, this gonna be big, man.
And not just everybody in it because I love how it's the community
Yeah.
though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you got the influencers, you got a lot
Yeah.
of today people the same way you had it
Yeah, and
when you did I got the hookup.
I also have Debo in there. I have John Weatherspoon. Man, this
But
is,
you got these people eating too, man.
Yeah.
Or at least a lot of people, this is some of their first film
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when you get these influencers and they go out and they speak upon it, they're proud of it.
Yes.
And then it comes right back to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and not just the for us, by us, because anybody
Nah.
could go ahead and watch it. But a lot of the people that's in the movie, we wouldn't have had these opportunities, not because we're not talented.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had these opportunities because they don't give them to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
some of these people are really stars. I mean, DC Young Fly,
yeah,
Fat
man.
Boy,
Yes.
P.O.,
Yes.
man, Erica Mendez in this movie. I mean, she's a star. People don't know. Like, you look at her reality stuff, but what you're going to see her in this film, Juju, I mean, man, it's so many great stars. And then Romeo did his thing in this movie. Garrett Johnson. I mean, this is a place that you're going to see Michael Blackson in this
man.
film. I mean,
and then you got people in there, P, that didn't have to do it.
yes.
People wanted to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many people showed up for I Got the Hookup too?
Man, we came together for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we felt like, you know, when you see African American and Latino comedy, I mean, Hollywood is making these films for us. It might not be stuff that make us laugh, but it might not be real stuff for us that we can relate to. So even the storyline in this movie, you know, it's a real storyline. It's about gentrification. It's about being
we learning too.
entrepreneurs and stuff like that.
What would you
because-
know about being an entrepreneur?
Uh-huh.
You know, this
What are
dude.
you going to
like
tell
he
us?
knows the
Eric?
song.
Come
Yeah.
on.
This dude.
But you know, it's real because, you know, in the movie, we losing Big Papa's Burgers, and it's the only African American owned business in the community.
which happens
Yes.
when we say
All the time.
gentrification. We
Yes.
see it
Real.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it happens. I gotta ask you this, Pete.
Yeah.
Why have you never begged for Hollywood dollars or never begged for record company money? Like,
Well, I'm gonna tell you something that if I would have begged for their money, this would have never happened. And timing is everything. This movie come out July 12th. You know, it takes 7 months to edit and get this movie to where it's at right now. It would have never happened. This movie probably came out 3 years from now.
right? If it came out at all.
If it would've came out at
if
all.
they would have had a green light to so-called
Man,
give you the money.
Shout out to Bob Johnson. I did a big deal with Bob Johnson Company for distribution of this film. I mean, this is history. Us
Yeah.
coming together.
And we're in the theaters.
We're in the theaters.
Right.
Very well. So shout out to AMC. You know what I'm saying?
How important is it for us to show up?
Man, you know what? A lot of people showed up for Black Panthers. A lot of people showed up for a lot of movies that came out, but those movies wasn't owned by us.
Yeah.
So like this is the more I make, the more I give back to the community.
We know that.
You know, I'm in the community.
We know
so
that.
In the
I
jump.
want to be able to help so many kids. My whole thing is helping underprivileged kids know the importance of furthering their education.
I remember, man, and you do it every year.
Yeah.
But we had got together for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I remember, man, it was supposed to have been a time, and
Yeah.
you never stopped serving people.
Yeah.
And they probably still there eating now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it never stopped. And it was like the whole community really in Watts.
Yeah.
You were really there, and you didn't roll your sleeves up and say, okay, let me get the pictures. Y'all got it. All right, I'm out.
Nah,
like
but-
you were there.
You have to love to do that. You know, Big, I've been doing that, serving that community for 19 years.
I heard that.
And to be able to do that is a blessing because we don't get money from the government. It's all me and Rome. We do this because we love the people. You know, even though I'm from New Orleans, I feel like this is my second home. I live here. So
Yeah.
I have to be in the community. I mean, my basketball program that I do in the community, it's been there since DeMar DeRozan was in like the 7th grade. And we done helped a lot of kids get into the NBA. But I tell the kids, you don't owe me nothing. If y'all make it, y'all got to come back and help the next
Give it
generation.
Let me
back.
ask you this, P. You got yours.
Yeah.
Why did you continue to still look out?
Because, you know, I was once one of those kids that had nothing. And so it's all.
But who helped you?
Nobody.
Right.
But that's what but you know what? I think, you know, when you believe in God, man, and I believe in that man up above, and I feel like this is a bigger thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, we start talking about people, you know, even when you look at the Nipsey Hussle thing, we recognize people after they gone.
Yeah.
And my thing is, do what you do while you here.
Yeah,
and
man.
just recognize that why we here, you know. And I just look at that, Big. It's just like we don't glorify positive stuff. Like we don't glorify Romeo going to college,
Right.
being able to further his career. It's not cool.
We don't see Romeo getting his degree going world star. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? But my thing is to him, I say, you know what? You keep doing what's right, and that's what I do. Like I don't care what nobody think. You know, I'm gonna keep doing what I got to do. And that's why God keep blessing me. I've been living like I've been living for a long time.
I know. I've been looking at you. I've been looking at you live like that for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
It's a blessing, man.
It must be.
So I feel like the more you make, the more you can give. Man.
Yeah,
and so
I heard that.
that's why I got the hook up too. It's so important because this is like the second phase of my life to where it was all about the music. Now being able to let people see.
What gave you the drive to go and do it again?
Because I said, man, we've been dealing with so many big tragedies in the world. I'm like, you know what, man, let's laugh.
Yeah, man, that's what I say. Make America laugh again.
Yeah,
if
we gonna
do
laugh,
anything.
man. Like we gonna come in these theaters. You know, some of my friends, this how they coming. You know, I'm coming with my drink. I'm coming getting my popcorn. I'm coming with my
and making an affair, an event, man.
Yeah, like man, let's just go have fun.
Yeah,
that's it because we losing too many lives, man.
Yeah.
We're losing too many lives, and it's like life is short. So let's go and enjoy and laugh instead of all the negativity and the tragedies. Let's figure out this movie I made because I want people to go and have fun.
Let's see if we can get this trending.
And let's do it. You know what? Yeah, and let's do it the right way.
Yeah,
we don't have to kill each other up, man. Let's go in these theaters
and make the
have
theaters
fun.
right.
Yeah, let's
because they looking for the story.
Yes,
they looking for the story.
Yeah.
You give them the story is we sold out. And Master P, we recently just lost Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
What was your relationship with Nipsey Hussle?
Man, me and Nipsey was jammed, man. So I taught him a lot.
Yeah.
I looked over a lot of the contracts and stuff he had. I mean, that's just how he was. You're like, big dog, I need you to see this. I'm right there. You know, our relationship was strong, man. And
out of the limelight out of, hold on, let me get you for the gram. And you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know until me and you had a conversation about, and I would see why Nipsey would go to a Master P.
Yeah. So the thing about it was with me and him, I mean, I was in his hood a lot. We recorded maybe about 17 songs in his studio over there. And you know, Big, I don't normally do that. I mean, that's what my basketball program is in that Crenshaw neighborhood. And me and him just built that bond and magic happened. We get in the studio, it's love, it's real. And I kept no secrets from him. I'm like, look, man, this is how you do it. This is how you get the money. This is how you get the bread. And that's how we did.
Did you ever talk with him about real estate and investing in the community? Because you've been doing that for years.
You know, the crazy thing about it, he was already on that. He just was happy trying to show me what he's doing.
That's dope.
And so we finished the song. I got the hook up 2 days before he passed. So
Damn.
that's probably the last song he did. It's called Street Millionaires. And that's going to be on I Got the Hook Up 2 soundtrack. And that's just how close he was like. He'll be like, big dog, if they ain't messing with us. So I know a lot of guys out here that he wasn't messing with. You know, but you seen a lot of things. Like I told you, Big.
Yeah.
Everybody loved him. So the thing about it, with Nipsey, that last album he had was so dope.
Right.
He only sold 52,000 copies the first time. Think about it. Now he sold millions of the same album when he passed.
Yeah.
That just let me know. Like,
let me have that.
Come on, man.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a sign. You got to give it to
man,
Big. He wants to go with Big.
But that was a sign right there too.
You want
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's not what I was trying to do. But
Thank you.
Look, Big, I'm about to take a Big.
Yeah. Well, I think I already took her already. Yeah. Man, but being that you did have that special relationship with Nip, man.
Yeah.
And
nice
and
and
you
tall.
know how Nip is, man. The real conversations on and off the phone, in person, stuff that's not shared for radio or video. Like,
man, that man had a heart for the people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He had a heart for everybody, man. He get around, he just light up a room. And he was real. Like he never. Hey, come on.
It fell off again. I'm gonna put it back on.
Let me get it.
Here, just let me have it.
Let me show it.
I'm
Here,
trying to.
just give it to me. I'll just
Here,
turn it into
there-
bracelets for
there-
it'll
everybody.
match your
Y'all see my chain kept falling off, man.
Ice cream man.
Nipsey must be looking down on
Hey
us
man,
right now,
I was telling him, I said, man, and Nip would come into the neighborhood, and you know how he would talk about the 510, like, man, give me one of them chains. And we
Yeah.
got pictures where we're together, and I'm wearing one of his chains.
Yeah.
As soon as we start talking about the chains, that chain just popped off your
Yeah.
neck. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
let me
it's
tell y'all
magical.
something. Shout out to his family, his girl, man, his kids, And man, we lost a real soldier. Big.
Yeah, man.
Somebody that cared. Like if I pick the phone up, that man, whatever you need, big dog.
Yeah.
A lot of these
He be like,
rappers
"What's
not
up,
like
bro?"
that. Yeah, a lot of these rappers not like that, man. They don't respect the people that came before them. It's all about them. It's all about the now. And but like I said, man, that man deserved to see this while he was here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we got to do.
That's why we got to, you know, and there's so many things that we had to learn from that.
Yeah.
And if there's anything that we call tuition into the school of experience or learning something, man, like you got to learn. Like it wasn't just, you know, Nipsey passed. It's what that means and what we're learning and how we do, you know, is it making sure that your family's straight. If it is your investments, as it is your masters, as it is handing people their flowers while they still here.
How we grow from this, big. Like you can't save everybody. Like some of these people is just devils, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch people that's trying to get you. You know, you learn a lot from this. Like, you know, man. Even when Tupac and Biggie died, I learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
You know, as a person, like certain things I can't do. Now, you know, even though we could take care of the community, but as you get bigger, you can't stay there. That's a lesson to the next generation. And because there's a lot of hate, man, no matter what. I know people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to survive and how to live with money. That's something they don't teach us. They teach us how to get money, but how do we survive from where we come? Because everybody wants something from you. A lot of this stuff people don't realize, like this, everything that people are, it's the negativity that the outside have for you. You might have love for somebody. It's that one person that really hates you, and you around them.
Yeah.
You don't know that you around somebody that hates you, that really want to see you dead. This man ain't had to die right now, to be honest with you. He still had a lot of life in him.
Yeah, man.
But, you know, his life definitely is for the rest of us to be able to go on and understand it and pass this down.
Yeah,
but, man,
you gotta use this. You got to learn from it,
There's a lot of love in the hood and there's a lot of evil in the hood, to be honest with you.
How do you stay so grounded with being able, because I'm going to tell you, P, I've known you for over 2 decades, right? And I've seen you drive yourself.
Yeah.
I've seen you, you know what I'm saying? Like get out the car in any neighborhood without a lot of movement and beefy dudes around you, so on and so forth. How are you able to continue to live? And we know that P is successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know that you made money from great deals and hard work. But why do you think you could still also walk into any neighborhood in any country in the world?
Because, for one, I put my trust and faith in God, you know, and I don't BS nobody. So I don't get out in the neighborhood and say, yeah, I'm going to give you a record deal. Look, man, I'm not looking for that. I'm not going to put you in no movie. I'm not doing none of that.
Right.
But I can help the kids in this community. So, you know, I'm in the hood all the time. So everybody looking for me to help them.
Yeah.
So I let them know straight up, you can't lie to people. Like, I'm not here to help y'all. You know, you ain't going to soft press me or tip me. That ain't about to happen. I'm here for these kids.
Yeah,
if
man.
you can't respect that, then guess what? Then whatever. Because guess what? I do have another side to me.
Let me ask, exactly.
Even though I live in a nice neighborhood now, but I'm really from
Where
the
you
project.
come from.
Yeah, like it's like riding a bike. You don't forget that.
Yeah, like
You know
I
what
pick
I'm
up
saying?
and ride this motherfucker right out of here. You know what I'm saying? Or right into something.
So but I also give respect. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah, you
so
give,
a lot of
you
people
get.
think because they got money, they look down on people. I don't look down on people. I love my people. I want to be an inspiration to them. That's why I come around and say, look, man, if I could make it, y'all can make it. But
You say that a lot.
Yeah, but guess what? You got to think about it, Big. Even with me, even when things wasn't going right, I kept on working. I never hated on nobody. You have to celebrate other people's success. People don't do that no more.
Do you think you have more so-called failures than wins?
Man, probably.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People see the wins,
but
people don't see like
all the things,
everything you throw up against the wall that didn't stick.
And guess what? You still have to pay your bills. You just got bigger bills.
Yeah.
So that's why I say you got to be real with people. You know, if people look at right now, I got to hook up too. I ain't make no money off that movie yet. The movie ain't even came out. But
And
I
you
sacrificed. I paid everybody.
Yeah.
So think about it. Everybody got paid but
If
me,
you say you
big.
got 127 speaking roles, that's just the speaking role.
That's just the speaking role.
Not gaffers, not cameramen, not editors, not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not the set designs, not none of that stuff.
yeah, man.
So,
Go ahead, Ide.
When it comes to being an independent entrepreneur, I think that you are literally one of the first to do it with No Limit Records. Why was starting that legacy so important to you? What inspired you? And, you're talking about like people not getting the credit. Somebody that always gave you credit that you very much inspired was Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And people don't realize that that's what makes me keep going. Because even the no's, Big, just because Big work at the radio station, we all know Big. Big can't get your record played on the radio.
Man.
Let's be honest.
Please tell them.
Yeah, please. Can you look right in this camera?
Tell them.
For real, no. I live around this man. I know that this is a business. So you have to do what you got to do, and everything is timing. And you have to be able to celebrate other people's success. So that's what Nipsey was about, celebrating other people's success. That's why he was successful.
And he never spit on nobody else's grind. Even when they tried to get him into him not winning the Grammy, he was like, it wasn't my time.
Yeah.
It wasn't my time.
Everything is timing.
I do want to ask you this, P. When we first got a No Limit Records, you know what I'm saying? Just the enterprise and seeing that build. That was a time when everybody wanted to be on major record labels.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to be on Def Jam. I got to be on Sony. I got to be on Elektra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why did you have the wherewithal? When we fast forward now today, nobody want to kind of be on the major.
Yeah.
Why did you know back then, like, nah, I take some of that distribution, but at this deal, and I want to own everything?
Because I realized that none of these artists was making real money. They was talented, but I said they don't know economics. So when you know economics, you know how to get to the money. And so that's what I teach my kids and the people around me. Say, learn economics. Understand what banking is. Understand where the money at. Because these guys just want to deal. Like, even you look at the guys now that's probably big right now with social media. I just seen they had NBA Youngboy. He's the biggest YouTuber. For his
Influencer, wow.
Influencers for his music. But think about the deals that this generation is doing.
Yeah.
So he did a deal. I looked at it. If I would have been on his team, he did a deal for $2 million for 5 records. So think about that. You got the money up front, but imagine what they get.
Yeah.
So we have to teach that to the next generation. Look at the bigger picture. Don't just look at the now. And that's what I did. I was like, man, that $1 million look good right now, but what about 10 years from now?
Right.
I wouldn't be able to live like I live right now.
And a taxable million and a recoupable million and a, you know what I'm saying? They hand you $1 million, you think,
advanced.
I'm rich, I'm gone. Yeah.
That's a write-off for them.
Yeah, man.
You think about it, but you done sold your soul to a 360 deal that you have no knowledge of, because you in the ghetto, you like, millions.
I need it right now.
$2 million sound like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But what if you blow up? So nobody's thinking about what if they blow up. It's good. Some of these deals, because a lot of people don't want to be entrepreneurs or work. So that's where the record company gets you at. So I tell people all the time, the record companies in this generation is really just pimping. So it's almost like a basketball player. If you got your stuff together, you don't have to be a basketball prostitute. You don't have to be Nike and Adidas pimping your kid for a book bag and a pair of tennis shoes.
Yeah.
We can create that our own. Same thing in the music business. It's ways now with the digital downloading and stuff like that, you could actually be a millionaire if you take your time, if you get a hit record and want to put the time and sacrifice. But this generation really don't want to do that.
Yeah. And you know what? People want, and they get more money than we've seen for shows and everything. But people, they want to be Instagram famous.
Yes.
They want to be, at one point we wanted to be hood famous. You know what I'm saying?
So what's gonna happen when Instagram go away?
Yeah, you go away. And then what happens when you're not as popping
You're
anymore?
not hot. Everybody think about Michael Jackson had a time when he wasn't hot.
Yeah.
So that's what you don't realize with me. What I love about Romeo and me and my family, we're not living for the moment. We're trying to build a generational wealth. And I tell people it's about knowledge. When you ask God for wisdom, the money gonna come.
Yeah.
It's about having the wisdom and, like you say, being able to foresee, the future. This is what's going to happen in the future. It was cassette CDs. It's going to be MP3s. Now it's going to be digital download. People are going to be flying in 5 years from now.
Yeah.
You know what
Let
I'm
me
saying?
ask you, now I got to share this story with everybody, man. Years ago, we did Players Club together.
Yeah.
And P was doing it was like, oh yeah, that's Master P. But it was like, it's Ice Cube's movie.
Yeah.
And everybody's there, it's Bernie Mac, everybody. And I remember you stood on set for days.
Yeah.
Just to, to kind of get this knowledge and soak it up and whatever the part was. It was like, I'm learning here. And then I remember you said, hey, you know, big boy, such and such said, man, I want to holler at you. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he came to my trailer, right? And you got to, now we look back and people say, oh, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions and everything. Yeah. This is Master P. He in my trailer, right? And my man has a briefcase. And the same way he's talking now that is proven was the conversation you had with me in my trailer over 2 decades ago. But he was saying, I got all my masters. And then he was comparing one record deal that somebody had to another record deal. And he was like, well, really, they sold this. And this is the name that people think they know. But I got this, and this is what I sold, and I already surpassed that. Wow. And when you saw the math, it could have been 8-10 to 1 because the deal that was done. And then we were talking about the deal. He was like, well, you know what? I went in, I did my deal like this. I didn't want their money, just the distribution. And he said, man, they heard my Southern accent, and he said they thought I was dumb or they thought I was crazy. Yeah. And he got the deal that he wanted. And I remember, dude, you probably don't remember this. You had
a briefcase
of, and he said, well, this is the album that I'm working on now. And then the next, he was like, and this is the albums that's coming. So in every album jacket, he had the next albums that was coming. Wow. The first person that you saw bling out earrings and bling out tanks, and that was all P, and it was all what was coming up next. What was coming up next. So, and then, hold on. And then,
there's more.
Yeah, man. You remember? While we're sitting there, my man told me, now you got to think, a lot of times, man, we live for today. Yeah. And then when you get older, you start to say, man, I wish I would have bought more property. I wish I would have did this. You start, but as a young 20, probably 23, 24. So we're sitting here, and he was like, he said, you know, I went to BET, and we can talk about it now. He said, I went to BET, and I bought my commercials, because you would see these Master P and these No Limit commercials. And he was like, I worked a deal with them where I bought my commercials for 5 years.
Wow.
So they thinking this dude not going to be around. Yeah, he's not going to be around. Yeah. So they locked him in at a certain rate because they was like, he not going to be around. And my man told me in my trailer, he said, I'm going to be here 5 years from now. I wish I would have left with you that day. Come on, Big, I wish I would have left with you, bro.
I'm taking over the movie industry because people look at I Got the Hookup too. It's only going to get bigger. After this movie, you're going to see 8 other films that we are in development in right now. And so getting better and better and better after every movie. And to be able to conquer that, I just feel like we don't think that we could do this.
Yeah, when I see Tyler Perry go from being homeless to his own compound, making movies, you know what I'm saying? And how many times did somebody just say, man, Madea, that's stupid. Or Madea, where's your audience? And he found his audience so much that he's retiring Madea. You know what I'm saying? But he owns it.
But that's what we say. People hate on each other so much that they can't see the bigger picture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start from something. I tell people all the time, get you some product, get into the game. You hating on somebody that's actually doing something. Stop that. Yeah. If you got time to hate, you ain't got no time to get no bread. I tell people all the time, you know, you sitting around hating, you don't have nothing because you hating. Then you wake up the next morning and angry because your boy already surpassed you or doing something. Yeah. And you could have been doing the same thing. Everybody got 24 hours. It's what you do with your 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I take my 24 hours and I take it serious. I'm like, okay, I get enough rest. The next thing you know, I'm going hard. I'm going hard because I want to better myself. No matter what. Like you say, you could fail 1,000 times. That don't matter. It's that 1,001 time that you make it that's going to take all that pain away. It's going to take the pain away, like, for real. Like, it don't, even when somebody counts you out, I tell people all the time, the haters motivate me. You know what I'm saying? I always sing my song, who are the haters in your neighborhood? They could be close. It could be a friend. It could be a family member.
I remember you put one of your neighbors on Front Street down the block. I'm like, he really talking about. But I love how you would just talk to your camera, and people don't understand, man, that this dude is talking to the camera, not look at what I got. But you address something. I'm like, this dude is in his home, sitting in his theater, wearing his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking, and you got to soak up this game, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to soak up this game. It's right here. It's crazy when you say, I didn't, and it's like, man, no, it was there for you all that time. all that time. And we see now with our genre, we so quick to discount, oh, he old, oh, he this, he that. Man, you wish you had a masterpiece success. You wish your failures is somebody else's accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. Nah, man, I look at, like, you know, my own relatives, and I'm like, none of us are different. It's just that somebody have to want it. I tell my kids that whoever gonna make it, you know, they could say you masterpiece, son, and all that. But if you put the work in, look at Steph Curry. I played with Steph Curry's dad at Charlotte. That man put the work in. He could shoot the ball like that because he must be shooting 1,000 shots a day. So when people look at me, I eat, sleep, and drink this movie. I got the hook up. People don't realize because I'm doing this on my own. I noticed
when you made me put this on.
Big is the real deal.
No, for real.
Think about it. Like, if you look at it, I tell people, we are the Harlem Nights of 2019. Harlem Nights had a bunch of characters in there.
Yeah, man. The movie, if you guys don't know what it is.
And like Romeo said, that means we gave 126 people opportunities that wouldn't have had it. And like Big said, not even counting the people behind.
Because the credits are longer than the stars. You know what I'm saying? As far as like what's really behind it, man. Great work.
So I'm going to tell y'all, even when y'all see this movie at the end, don't leave, because the movie going to still be funny. Like he said, the credits. We got a lot of the jokes and stuff that didn't make the movie on the credits. That's
what was that set like, man? Because
man, I was being on a set with Michael Blackston.
Yeah, man.
Man, look,
DC Young Fly, Fat Boy,
Scruncho. I mean, it's some talented. Man, I have this one character in there, this guy named Train, man. This guy from Philly, he's funny.
And see, then he bring his audience. And then you gave him an opportunity,
man, just hilarious
to continue. I mean, she's dope.
This is gonna be something special.
We had a caller recently, right?
Yes.
And the caller recently said she doesn't like black film.
Oh yeah.
And then when I don't like black movies. I don't like black movies. I don't like black movies.
Thinks and
then they're ghetto. They're this, they're that. And then when I asked her, when we tore off some layers, she told me she just don't like black people. She was black.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So what do you feel like when people say, oh, it's an all black cast or it's a lot of blacks, it's a black and brown cast? But I mean,
well, just be honest with you, we took the best people for the role.
Right.
And it's all kind of people in this movie.
But why? And I think about why it can't be us.
I mean, why not?
And why we can't go to our audience and say, man, this is y'all movie.
Exactly.
This is our movie. Like, you gonna recognize something in there
you're gonna be able to relate to something
that you can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm down with all kind of movies, but I don't know about having a glow heart in my chest and having a big ass hammer, and you know what I'm saying? I can watch the Aquamans and the Avengers and all that.
But they made us go to the movies.
But I don't look and say, man, that remind me of my uncle right there.
Man, let me tell you,
that's my brother.
AJ Johnson is so funny.
And I love that y'all working together too.
Yeah, like he is so funny, man. You're gonna be able to relate to him.
And see,
as one
think
of your
about,
uncles,
man,
you're gonna be like,
with
because
AJ,
we get older now.
And AJ, y'all worked together before, and then with AJ, people they don't give that dude the opportunity.
He's probably
no matter how talented he is,
but because they look at the mistakes or whatever he's been through, and I'm like,
and
man,
people ate with him and left.
Well, guess what? I believe in him. Me and him starring in this film.
And if y'all don't know AJ, that's Smokey. You know, like people, you know. But it was like, man, where the roles for us? You know what I'm saying?
Well, like you say, when you get older. So what me and AJ did in the film, we the uncles of the movie. So now we have kids. But my thing, AJ still wilding out. He's looking at the booty and the girls. I'm like, man, we got to get this business and save this business for the family. Like, we got to leave something for the next generation. But we end up coming together. And it's all about family coming together to this movie. So when you see this film, you're gonna understand that we end up doing some crazy things, and we have to figure out something how to come back and save it at the end.
I recently saw that you went out and supported Cardi B at her Fashion Nova event. Why is it also important for you to support and show her love as a female in the industry? Well,
because when you look at a Cardi B, she's been the underdog, and people look at what she did in the past. But it's okay to change your life, and women are not getting recognized for the talent that they are. There's always something about your past or whatever. This is a talented woman. To be able to change her life, I had to support her. Me and my son, we supported her.
You guys have a good time?
Yes.
Nice.
And also, I want to tell y'all, She's the face to our Rap Snacks now. So y'all gotta get the Cardi B.
Rap Snacks is yours?
Cardi B.
Hey, dude, is Rap Snacks yours?
You ain't got. I'm gonna bring y'all Rap Snacks.
No,
everybody.
We get them.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all good.
Those are yours.
Yeah,
because the Cardi B ones now they got the popcorn as well.
Yeah.
And they had the new fire one, the honey one.
The fire
I
one
got
is
my
my
Migos
favorite.
chips.
man.
Let
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all go back and look at the bags at the beginning when Romeo and me was on the bags in the beginning. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Me and James, nobody believed in this brand. This was years ago.
I gotta mash it even more now, though. P.
Nobody believed. Like they was laughing, man. Y'all putting rappers on the bags and all this stuff. It ain't gonna sell. But the flavors is what's selling.
They good as hell.
Yeah.
And then you always buy a bag or two because you want to eat one and you want to keep one.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
Collector's item.
Let me tell y'all right now what's coming next.
What?
So
Let's
letting
not.
y'all know. No, I gotta tell y'all.
no,
this.
because I want to get in on it.
Big.
No,
So
go ahead.
I have Rap Snacks.
Uh-huh.
The next thing y'all know, who eat noodles? Everybody.
I do.
Everybody.
Hell yeah.
Why we don't own no noodles?
Yeah.
Rap noodles?
Rap noodles is coming. Hey, y'all know.
Hey, man.
Y'all
Get
know
big
rap
on
noodles
one.
Let me
is
tell
coming.
you,
Big,
like my
Big
son
boy
don't
rap
eat
noodles.
nothing on game day but
Big,
noodles.
I'm gonna put you on the noodles.
Man,
Rap noodles is
give
coming.
me my own noodles, bro.
Okay, I got you.
Every interview, I'm gonna be like rap noodles. You know what I'm saying?
Rap
I'm gonna have my
noodles.
rap noodles right here.
Big, I'm bringing you something the next interview.
I'm just gonna have my rap noodles just like this. You know what I'm saying?
Master P, what was one of the biggest mistakes you would say that you've made while building your No Limit empire that you learned from?
Well, just giving the wrong people jobs that really didn't deserve it, whether it was family members or friends, because I would go back, I'd be like, I'd rather just give them the money than have them have the bad attitudes and treat people wrong when it's not me.
Right.
Like a lot of fires I had to put out because when I'm not around, those guys was acting like the boss and treating people wrong. So I'm like, man, having a successful business, you got to do things the godly way and think about other people trying to come up too. So, having relatives with money that didn't have to work for it, even friends, they treated people wrong. And I didn't like that. So I ended up having to fire them. And, my grandmother, one of her kids worked, she said, baby, you can't fire my son. I was like, Grandma, I love you, but he's messing my business up.
Yeah,
So,
Gotta let him go.
yeah. Like people don't realize you want to be successful and have a long success, you're gonna have to get rid of people that are not right. That's not good for your business. And whether it's family or friends or whatever, you're gonna have to do that. Because if you want to have a great business, it goes on your reputation.
Yes.
Yeah.
People don't realize and have integrity, because you got a lot of people that's from the streets. They don't want to change. It's a mindset. People say, "Why are you successful, P?" Because I wanted to change.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to be what I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to grow up and change. And so that's why I'm here right now. A lot of people don't know because I come from a bad place.
And you could have been.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
You could have been. I'm slapping my artists up.
Yeah.
You could have been. I'm messing their deals up.
Yeah.
People that were in deals came to get the Master P No Limit deals.
Now, because you think about it, you could look at the wrong thing. Like I could have been the Suge Knight of the South or whatever. That's what. But I'm like, nah, man. Like when Snoop came to me, it was like, this helped this brother make it. Now seeing Snoop what he's doing now, I'm like, man, that's me. I was a part of this guy.
Yeah.
Right. His
And he said-
inspiration.
and he says it.
He
But you know
does.
what? Snoop is one of the most loyal people that you ever want to meet. Like him, Crazy, Gangsta, all those guys those guys been loyal to me from the beginning. Big Buys, Juggy J, Tweezy, Big Court. These guys been loyal, but I don't mind teaching them and giving them the game because these guys are gonna go and help other people.
Yeah,
So
man.
Snoop,
We
one
can
of those
continue to
guys,
see that with Dog.
Man, Dog gonna get out there and help other people, and he know. I mean, we've been knowing each other a long time.
Yeah.
And he was with me in his worst of time, but I was
Yeah,
like,
man.
look, you Snoop Dogg. You need to be bigger than life, and that's what I seen from
Hey
him.
man,
That's
I
what-
remember Dog asked me one time, me and a couple of other homies, and it was, and I mean he's very successful and always he just didn't know his brand as well.
Yeah.
And he said, hey man, he said, did I fall off?
Yeah.
And this was years ago, and he was kind of questioning what music, what thing. Now
He
when
was
you look
up.
at Dog, you got to
Hell
be
nah.
insane to say rapper Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
You just say Snoop.
Snoop.
Or you say Snoop Dogg. You
The
know what I'm
man-
saying?
the
Because he
man is
became
a-
a brand.
He's an
He be-
entrepreneur.
Yes,
That's
man.
what people don't realize.
The
Stop all
equity
that.
is in
Even when they
his.
look at us, they look at me. first thing they want to say to make us look bad, they're going to say
former
rapper.
Yeah,
like,
rapper.
Well, what about businessman, entrepreneur, philanthropist or whatever? Like all this other rapper stuff that you want to look down on us, that's cool. But guess what? We are in the community helping out people. Dog, making sure these kids, could play football.
Yeah, man.
Make sure the community.
And now he has like special needs kids that he's doing in his Snoop football league.
Man, you know what? Let's celebrate guys like that, man.
Why
because
they here?
Let me tell y'all something. So I'm working on my biopic. Nobody don't know this. I'm working on my biopic, King of the South. And I had John Singleton in New Orleans. And we looking around doing all this stuff. And you just never know. Mm-hmm. You know, this guy was supposed to be the director for it. I got the guy who did Menace Society, wrote the movie. We went back and redid all this stuff for Lionsgate. This is going to be one of the most powerful stories because it's not going to be a street movie. Even though you're going to see us on the streets, it's going to be about, me changing, me saying.
And then you tell your story.
Yeah, and I'm alive to tell it. And
to
be able to do it. But, man, to be able to see, even like I was telling you about like a John Singleton. Now, all of a sudden, John Singleton, everybody talking highly of him.
Yeah,
when the man was around, people were saying crazy. I don't like that, man. Like, the man is a genius. None of us are perfect. To be able to be where you are and to make all those films and do all that stuff, man, let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate people.
It's crazy how we talk down in life but talked up in death.
Man. That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like,
but big thing about it, people don't know all the things you done been through. But let me tell you a thing that people fear. Nobody want to say how great you are while you here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
They don't know, like, big thing about it. They see you now that you older and you still here doing what you do, but nobody know the young big, what you had to do to break down the walls to be here to where you are.
And then also, and not to pat yourself on the back, just the shit you had to go through. Just so everybody else, like even coming here to this station wouldn't exist. And this isn't about me being double jointed and pleasuring myself. This is real shit. Where this station would not be here if I didn't make a move. And we created a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunities here.
I wouldn't be here if you wasn't here.
Go ahead.
I got a million things to do.
Right. Yeah.
I'm being honest with you. Being honest.
Yeah.
When you made the switch to be here, you literally took everybody else with you.
Yeah.
To be honest, all the real people that's doing. Let's be honest. The people that really understand you and care about you and know what you done is like, man, we're big over there. I'm going to.
Yeah, man. And you know what I enjoyed too, man, is that people showed up, not just for the logo.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, people showed up. You can say what you want. People showed up for you.
You showed up, bro.
To be honest with you. So you can say whatever, and you ain't got to pat yourself, but I'm just telling you, and that's what we don't do. I tell people it wouldn't be no Master P if it wasn't Rap-A-Lot Records or Lil J.
Yeah,
so, I'm just being honest, a Tony Draper,
yes,
a
sir.
Luke Skywalker.
Yes, sir.
I came after them guys. I kicked the dough in, but it wouldn't be no me without them. So I'd be lying to y'all if I tell y'all, I'm the only person from the South. No, it ain't that. I don't mind. This generation afraid to celebrate the people that came before them. And I'm celebrating.
They try to erase it,
because without them, it ain't no me.
Let me ask you this, man. What was your relationship and what did Tupac mean to Master P?
Man, let me tell y'all something. So I'm a 19-year-old kid in the Bay with my store, No Limit Records. No Limit Records was a retail store. Mm-hmm. And I have Tupac come in there, and I'm like, man, that's Tupac. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan, and I'm like, but Tupac walking there and said, man, you own this store? I'm like, so they end up letting me go on the road. People don't know that's how my music career started.
Hey, man, what did they call you when you were on the road?
Man, they called me Mr. P, the country singer.
The country singer.
I'm like,
Mr. P.
The country singer.
I told the old white guy that was introduced, I said, man, look, if you call me Mr. P again, look, and I'm not no country singer.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
letting you know, dog,
I'm going to take my tank to the hood.
So you know what, though? You come from humble beginnings, and people might not recognize you.
They know your name.
They know, and I kept going and to
Did you have a lot of dialogue with Tupac, just being out with him?
Yeah, a lot, because, with me, and being around somebody that was that talented, I was just like, more like, man, but I was about the business. So they brought me out because they know P was about his money. So, I'd be on the road just like chilling at first, big, and then I really start realizing that, I can chase my dreams in this because I have a story. And so that's what really inspired me in the Bay and the JT, the bigger figures, and the rapping Fortes and the E40s and the Too Shorts. I mean, being around people like that because independent was big in the Bay.
Why you didn't just take the inheritance of $10,000 and blow it?
Yeah, most people your age
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like, because you got to think $10,000 you hand to somebody, man.
that was a
your
lot of
car,
money back then.
That's your rims. That, you know what I'm saying? That's whatever. That's shoes. That's like,
man. You know what? I don't know. Maybe God had a different way for me, man. So that's why I say too. That's why I have a strong spiritual belief, knowing that all the stuff I've been through, my life was spared for something else. And so, you know, I feel like I'm just doing my part. And that's why I could give back. People don't realize I'm sincere about giving back because, like you say, that $10,000 I could have went and blew it. I opened up a record store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I built the empire. So that's got to be nothing but the man.
And anyone now could sit here and say, "Oh, I would have taken my $10,000 and been, you know, have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars." Like, nah, it's work.
Man, let me tell you something. All of us wanted the easy way.
Yeah.
My brother took his 10. He made a lot of money and he died at 19.
Yes, sir.
So y'all got to look at it like you got to know what you want out of life. Do you really want to change your life? It's on you, because you could be next to somebody that's going to take their money and do something total different. It's going to get a different outcome. You know what I'm saying? I just took mine out. I said I wanted to change my life. Like, I don't want to live like this forever. You know, I don't want to be looking over my shoulders forever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be running from the police. I want to be able to do something legit. I want to build a legacy. I want to change the way my family living. That $10,000, if I take it and turn it into millions or hundreds of millions, and my family could eat. We could eat forever.
To the outside, like you believe that.
Yeah.
But was there anybody around you, and it had to be
Everybody.
that
Believers.
Everybody around me.
Like, what are you doing?
Man,
you doing
tripping.
what?
They was like, you get in the music business? Come on, man. You tripping. You sound country. Think about it. I'm in the Bay now.
Yeah.
I got gold teeth, dreads. I sound country. Now everybody look like that. They got gold teeth and dreads. Think about it. But at first, I just looked out of place. Like, they knew me from anywhere. I could walk through the mall. Oh, that's the country dude from Louisiana.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
So, you know, you gotta imagine, you know, being different sometime might take you to where you want to go at. So don't be afraid to be different. And also, I had to make a lot of sacrifices. Even with that, y'all talk about the $10,000, but the other stuff I had to say, nah, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends at that time, they was partying, they was drinking, they was getting high. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, for me, I knew I couldn't do that because I'm going to blow everything.
Yeah.
Just instantly.
AP, how can and just anyone that know, I mean, you could sit up and you could say everything. About being the hardest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brother passing, brother incarcerated, life, drugs, this, that, you know, shootouts, projects, everything that people glorify. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people put up this hard card, like, oh, man, you know,
I'm
we
living
know
my
the story.
Best life now.
Yeah, but you don't show the hard card.
I ain't even, to be honest with you, Big, the stuff I've been through, I could tell any person that's getting in the music business, I left that life to have a good life in the music industry. It's crazy now. This generation want to be the toughest in the music industry.
Why not?
They seen how I live. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, my goal was to live to be 19 back then.
Yeah, that's great. Mine was 17.
See, all my friends was dying at a young age.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if I could get into the music industry, I could change my life. Like, I don't want to die out here on these streets.
Do you think people like, oh, that happened for him? You know, because some people don't think that things can happen for them. Like, nah, that's just P. Like, there is no real luck, man. Because you could have taken your 10 racks and you could have flipped it. Well, you could have taken your 10 racks and effed it off. You could have, you know, did not even with the 10, just everything every temptation. That came at you.
You could be slick when you living in the hood and could be slick with your parents and everything, man. But you have to police yourself. I decided to police myself, saying, if I'm really going to change, you know, having Romeo, man, it made me say, I want to see this kid grow up and be something. Yeah. So I started changing my life because all my friends was dying young. They never got a chance to see their kids.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, if I could do right, then I could watch this kid go to college. That was a goal.
And he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was
so proud of him.
So that's what I'm saying. So you don't worry about what people think. You know, like, people could say all kind of stuff. Oh, he got lucky or whatever. You know what? he made the right decisions in churches because every decision you make gonna come with a consequence. So I don't care whatever. You won't be the hardest dude in the world. I know dudes way harder than some of the guys that you might think is hard. They already dead or in prison. And most of them dead.
Did you ever sit back without mentioning any names and you'll see people today, last year, 10 years ago, where you like, man, I know how this movie ends. Yeah. I know how this movie ends, bro.
All the time.
Yeah. And, we're starting to see it more.
Yeah, some guys that I look at, I'm like, man, he ain't going to last 2 years.
Yeah, man.
He ain't going to last a year. And it's the truth.
Right, yeah, I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't count you out. I want to count you in.
No, but
I've seen this movie
your
before.
action. So, you know, man, let me tell you, when I went to go visit my brother in prison, I asked the warden. Yeah, I asked the warden, I said, why most people here? He said 95% of the people here drug related.
In some sense, yeah. Flipping it, doing it, getting out,
Yeah, because most of those guys are the nicest guys in the world, but when they high, they change.
Yeah.
And some of the guys have committed crimes that don't even know they committed because they was high.
So
How is C Murder?
Man, you know what? He hanging in there.
How long he's been gone?
Man, 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah.
How's his case looking? Is there anything that's looking, or it look like he's just gonna do it?
He need prayers.
Right.
To be honest with you, like he need prayers, and I appreciate everybody out there. You know, my thing, man, is you got to know when you live in that life, it come with it, big,
Yes, it
just like you
does.
said. And so he know what he dealing with. He praying, we praying, and you know he didn't commit this crime.
Damn.
To be honest with you, he didn't commit this crime, but he ain't the type of guy that's gonna tell on somebody. So that's what his problem is at right now. You know, and it's like
Loyal to the soil, huh?
You know,
and I mean, and when you get in, though, those are the rules too. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, big. The way I'm living, dog. Look, I'm gonna give you a 3-day policy. If you my homeboy, you commit a crime, you got 3 days to go tell them people you did what you do. Cause I ain't doing no time for you.
Right.
You ain't taking
You know what I'm
advantage.
saying? You got
I'm gonna give you a grace period.
3 days, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a grace period.
That's it. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm living through God. I changed my life. You're not gonna take my life away from me and my kids if I ain't commit no crime. Like I can't do it. I'm giving you 3 days, dog. You got a 3 day to handle it. Cause think about it. Most of those guys not gonna do nothing with their life anyway. So you're gonna take away the source, the money, the guy that's out here helping and doing for something that you done did. You know, so you know that's the thing about keeping it real.
What
with
about
the
the
hood.
live by the die by the and the snitch thing?
I don't. To be honest with you, like if you on the streets, then that's what it is.
Yeah,
I ain't on the streets.
Right.
No, I ain't snitching on nobody, but I'm saying I'm giving you time to go down there and do what you got to do.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
P, you're the only platinum artist who has played in the NBA, fam.
Yeah.
And I was reading this article on Complex, and you playing with Charlotte, the Raptors. But when you were with Charlotte, you said the GM Bob Bass called me in and said, "You can play. You are a hell of a basketball player, but your music is pure filth, and it's a Bible Belt city." And they let me go.
Yeah.
Damn.
People don't realize that's how your past could catch up with you.
Yeah. Wow.
It wasn't even about basketball, man. I was doing my thing, but you know, when I seen
The
that Ice
outside
Cream Man
influence.
album sitting on the GM desk, I said, "Oh, I'm out of here."
You're like, this
already
ain't
knew.
about basketball.
Nah, he told me.
This
straight
ain't
up.
about
That's
points and
crazy.
steals and.
No, because I did my thing.
Yeah.
Think about it. I did my thing. I was the last one to go. So most players, if you the last one to leave, you could play on any team. Let's be honest. And then normally they come back and pick you up.
Right.
As soon as somebody get hurt, was none of that because it was about the music.
How do you feel about just now? It's the culture, music.
Oh,
and,
yeah, no.
And basketball is now like together.
Because I ain't going to lie, dog.
Music and sports, period.
I wouldn't let Steph Curry daddy shoot a shot. I know that boy was a sharp shooter.
Yeah, right.
But I was a defensive player. You not shoot nothing on me. Like, for real. Like, I know what you do. Like, so my defense was
Now,
up.
you played with Steph
With Dale Curry.
and Seth Curry's pops.
Yeah.
And now your kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you did your NBA thing.
Yeah.
Their dad did their thing. Y'all played together. Now,
Yeah.
your kids are next in line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Have your kid, and I've seen your kids ball out, bro.
Yeah.
Like, academically, they got it, and basketball-wise, they got it. Do you see your kids also, like, do they have NBA aspirations, like dreams?
You know what? They have it, but I would never tell them they have it. Because my thing is, if they want something out of life, I keep telling them, you got to work 3 times as hard as the next kid because you already got an X on your back.
Yeah.
Even though Hershey may the underclassmen, all-American gainers. I'm like, dude, that ain't nothing. Because some kids sitting at home saying that, guess what? Since you made it, they didn't make it. They about to outwork you this summer.
Yeah.
So if they outwork you, you might not make it next year.
Exactly. It's not
You know what I'm
given.
saying? So then you still got to go to college. You know, what you doing right now in high school don't mean nothing. Somebody in college going to get discovered in the Final Four.
Yeah.
So think about it.
Yeah.
So if you have to keep working. So if you look at it, so I tell my son, like, you have to shoot 1,000 shots a day because you have to be a shooter if you're going to make it.
Right.
So if you
Is he
don't-
doing 1,000 shots
Yeah,
today?
he's doing 1,000.
Damn, okay, my son do 100, so I'm going to have to go
You got to
home.
get him way up, man.
Big, you got to get him because think about it. It's not the size no more. If you look at the Steph Curry and Leonard and all those guys, it's the guys who could shoot the threes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those guys are worth more than a dunker or a slasher now.
Yeah, now, they are.
So
Getting more
like,
points.
like if you,
One
because that's
shot.
what people want to see. How many threes you made?
Mm-hmm.
That changed the game now, the three-pointer. So guess what? That's nothing but you working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put up 1,000 shots a day, that you're gonna get to where you need to go at. If you cheat yourself, I don't need to watch you.
Right, yeah,
If you cheat yourself,
You
you're
cheating
not gonna get. I don't
yourself.
care who you could be. LeBron James' son or Michael Jordan's son. Michael Jordan's son didn't make it because maybe he didn't put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough.
It's not automatic.
It's not automatic.
Yeah.
Even just because you LeBron James' son, that
Yeah,
don't mean
it's
you
not
gonna
namesake.
It don't, because at the end of the day, people want to see the real talent. You gonna get exposed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what
And
my
then
kid-
that's even harder sometimes.
man.
when
I
you
told
have-
Big,
when you have the
think
name, you
about,
know.
Think about what my kids play at in the summer now. Travel ball. Our team is from Crenshaw. So they have to leave their house, go play in Crenshaw. They need to see how tough it really is, the competition.
Yeah.
You're not in Calabasas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not playing there in Calabasas. You have to know that if you're going to play in Calabasas League, then you're not going to be prepared.
You gotta
Hey
play
man, I
everywhere.
remember my wife
Street
talked
ball.
to you,
Yeah.
and she said you told me something that pissed me off years ago. Really? But now I really know it. And we were talking
What
about
did
how
you
my
say?
son Jaden ball out,
Uh-huh.
and he told her he was like, "Yeah, he good in Calabasas."
Oh,
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true, though.
Like, no,
Yeah.
you gotta move him around.
Give him that texture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I didn't even know that you had said that to her, and I didn't even know that she would see you and be like, fuck Master P. You know what I'm saying?
I was just telling the truth, man. I tell people don't ask
do you
me
remember
nothing
when we were
because-
together and she
Yeah.
was
Don't
like, "You
ask me
told
nothing.
me something years ago that pissed me off, but now I really understand it." And I'm thinking like, "What the hell did P say?"
You're getting ready for the
And
reveal,
I
like,
was
wait a
so
minute.
I'm looking like, "What happened?" And
You're like,
she
oh,
was
no.
like, I was telling him how Jaden this, Jay,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, well, he good for Calabasas. Like that's good for over
It's the
here, but
truth.
they ain't playing no ball in
Let me tell y'all
Calabasas."
something, right?
Damn.
So, look, I used to
Right.
take my kids to the lead in Calabasas, and they play. Everybody, oh, they so great.
Yeah, my son get a million
Man.
points on their ass out there.
I took them to watch the play.
Got exposed a little
Man, my kids was like,
oh, this is the real deal over
Yeah.
here, huh?
like, now you see.
This how you
Yeah.
This a
play.
whole
bit.
different
You gotta
world.
put them with texture, man.
Yeah.
You gotta put them with texture.
So now, that's what I like about them now.
My son used to ball out in his little league. It's so bad they would ask for his birth certificate.
Yeah.
Make sure he was the appropriate
Birth
age.
certificate. And we were like,
Show us
man,
your
we out of
documents.
Man,
this
let me tell
bull."
y'all something what's crazy. They don't even do that in the league we play in. So on my 8th grade team, we have a kid 6'11".
Jesus.
On the, this is how big these kids are now.
Yeah, man.
6'11".
How old is he for real? For real?
No, he's that for real. When you see
Damn.
him, you're
Oh
gonna
my
be like.
gosh.
So go look at my Instagram on Hersey team. We have a 10th grader is 6'8" shooting guard.
6'8".
6'8". Hersey 6'3", and the shooting guard is 6'8".
His name start with a K?
What's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Jonathan. Go look him up.
Yeah.
Look him up.
I remember seeing him.
Yeah,
on
they
Instagram,
like
so.
Fuck
him-
looking him up. I want to adopt him. You know what I'm saying? Is this parent square business or can I get in? Y'all stick around y'all radios. But before we do that, man, what is the name of like the league that you have and the league that you're starting and even the gender league?
Yeah.
Like there's
so my basketball team is called CSE. And that stands for California Soldiers Elite.
Yeah.
We're elite team. And the mixed gender league that I have WNBA player and NBA players on the same team is called a Global Mixed Gender Basketball
yeah,
League.
man. Why
hell.
that the global mixed gender basketball?
Because I feel like women are not getting their just due in sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they underpaid, and some of these women are talented.
Yeah, man.
Like it was a female that won our 3-point contest.
See what I'm saying?
So I'm
See
like,
what I'm saying?
Like, why she don't make the same money as the guys? And so in my league, they make equal pay.
I like that.
Yeah.
What do you think
that with the
happened
US
without
soccer?
throwing? I don't know how it is, but what do you think happened with that Big Baller brand? That it seemed like it was about to be. Was it so many outside influences, or was it the mouthpiece?
I think the dad probably, even though like we make it and we like, yeah, we made it now. You know what I'm saying? I think that the system wouldn't allow him to be what he think he is.
Right.
You got to get there first. You know what I'm saying? And then the educational stuff is like, man, my kids staying in school. My kids are not playing basketball unless they have good grades.
I heard
that's
that.
it. So I think
would you let your kids do one and done?
You know what? It all depends.
Yeah.
It all
but you know they're
depends
gonna get the
at.
grades, and your kids are smart.
Well, they gonna get the grades and they gonna finish school some kind of way. But I don't. It all depends where they are.
Where did Romeo graduate from?
USC.
USC. Now, you're not going to jail for any scandals or anything,
No,
right?
man.
He earned his.
Let me tell you something. His education
He wasn't on the rowing team.
No, no. Let me tell you something. People don't realize, man, Romeo's a smart kid.
Yeah.
Like his SAT scores were so high, and people don't realize that even while he was making the TV, Romeo had to do his schoolwork. We always kept him in a regular school.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes when these kids do all that after school stuff where they online, like you don't really get the proper education that you need. Like you need that. And so I think that's what helped Romeo. Like Romeo always was an A student. And my other kids now are on the honor roll because they know they're not playing basketball unless they get good grades. And plus to get good grades, you have to go to college. So you have to take that test. And we definitely don't want to be on that list that we just see.
That ain't
You're getting us cut off.
But
be like the one scandal this dude had.
But think about it. Do we celebrate that? Because our kids did it the right way.
Right.
Think about it. Romeo took his own test. But people not going to say that. You don't look at that like, oh, let's make a big thing about that. This kid made a lot of sacrifices to be where he at.
It's crazy, man, and people gonna take this the wrong way. And I love freedom, but we applaud getting out of prison more than we applaud getting out of college.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Master P, it seems like you've always had a good head on your shoulders, even from a young age. But looking back through all of your life, and only you know everything you've been through, what advice would you give your younger self?
I'll give my younger self advice saying that just learn like what I know now in building wealth, economics. I would have took economic courses.
Damn, y'all just saying that earlier.
In middle school. They always ask you what you want. We want to do PE, want to do some recreation, dance or whatever. They have that in middle school. You could actually take economics.
In middle school?
In middle school. I would say if I know what I was going to be now, I'd have took those economics, middle school, high school. You don't have to wait till you get to college.
Right.
That's what the people that don't have to work their muscles for.
Yeah, man.
Entertainment. Like people don't realize. So if you look at what I'm doing, even with the movie, you see the movie, but somebody might hate, oh, he got his Minati shoes. But guess what? Why I'm going to make a movie and don't promote products. Or don't promote rap snacks or none of this type of stuff. Think about it. Like the movie is the source. But most of us, we got to go to other people. The real money is in the product.
Yeah, and it's people crazy because you will sit and watch Iron Man and watch them open up a Pepsi like, see? You know what I'm saying? Or
product
like, pass me my Doritos. And you're like,
So imagine the money they making off of that.
Yeah, man.
So we're not getting none of that because we don't know economics. We too afraid to utilize our power, to put our product and our brands in the stuff. I tell these athletes all the time, they wait till after they get out the league to want to do all this stuff.
Yeah, start hustling now.
You should hustle while you in the league because everybody don't realize when I play basketball, it's 2 hours out my day. So you tell me I can't do business like John Elway and all the rest of those guys that just got to do sports for 2 hours.
And you know what?
Jordan was smart with it. He did it early on.
And you know what? And it's beautiful to get the deals. Yeah. But why do you think everyone wants the Nike deal? And I can understand that it's money. But we turned Nike into what Nike is
$1
today.
trillion business.
We did that. The ones, everybody in this room, we did that.
But we're not going to support each
other. And then we come
other.
with Mignati, and it's like, man, get that shit out of here.
Yeah, we're going to find something
You know what I'm saying?
negative.
If this had said Gucci or Louis or Yves Saint Laurent or whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? Balenciaga, if it had said anything, it'd be like, man, I got to go get them.
So
Which one? I got to go get I got to get the green ones.
Show me the first Nikes. They wasn't all that.
Right.
But we waited to grow with them. So we don't grow with each other because we don't believe in each other.
The first Nike didn't look like this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I remember when you did Dancing with the Stars. Y'all remember P on Dancing with the Stars? I'm like, this motherfucker ain't doing no Dancing with the Stars because he wanted to learn these routines. You got on there, bro, and they loved you on Dancing with the Stars. And for one, you're a brother, but you couldn't do them dances.
Yeah.
But you sold your shoes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So you
anytime it was like, they'd come to you like, yeah, you know, so what do you think about this week's rehearsal? You're like, well, I had on my masterpiece. I had on my Percy Millers. And,
you got to get these.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's what it's about. I tell people, if you want to be successful, you have to get some product. Product is going to outweigh talent. Even when we gone, product is going to be able to feed your families and do what you got to do. Product will outweigh talent. I don't care who you are.
Because you got to think, we wear Levi and don't even know who Levi Strauss is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that product
let me tell y'all something about my product, what's different. When I sell my product, my goals is to go back in the community and help the next generation. I don't know too many other products doing that. That's legitimately said that they're going to go and help the next generation. Like, that's all it is for me. Because I'm like, the more I make, the more I could give.
And with you, P, it's not a gimmick because you do it anyway.
We can't take it with us.
It's not like saying, I'm doing this, and then we like, oh, we got to buy in.
Nah.
Well, because even when we don't hear from you, we see you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if not one person buy my shoe, dog. If I make some money, I know that I'm going to help the next generation. That's just what my life about.
The times when I see you feed people, I don't see press release. I don't see like even when we do stuff together, I never see like, oh yeah, Channel 2 is out here, Channel 7 is out here.
Well, you got to do that from your heart, man.
Yeah, man.
Giving is like that blessing gonna come from the man up above. Even years from now, when we not here, them blessings gonna come back, man. It's about, and that's what it's about, just doing what's right. That's it. That's all life is. Like, we could do what's wrong. You know why we can't do what's right? Why we can't do what for our people? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with that, big? You know, they glorify all the other stuff. You're going to showcase if we doing something negative. If I did something negative, it's going to be world news.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I don't have to show them that I'm feeding my people. I don't need to do that. You know, that's what I want to do. I do what I want to do with my money. I don't have to show them, oh, I'm feeding my people. That's what I do.
P, I got to ask you, man, why did you start the name Master P?
Because, you know, I said I'm a master whatever I have. And whatever I want to do in life. And I said, I just got to master it. I just put the P for my name.
Yeah, Percy.
And I just put the P on it. I said,
because I know years ago, and y'all probably don't know, but it's Mr. T.
Yeah.
I remember Mr. T said he had came up through so much, you know, racism, just crazy stuff, that he called himself Mr. T because Mr. was the first sign of respect. Yeah. And no matter who you were, you had to say Mr.
Yeah.
And then when you say Master P, there's so much power in that people probably don't even understand that when you say Master P, that, you know what I'm saying? You could have named yourself anything.
I tell people the power of words.
Yeah, man.
You know, a lot of these guys name their companies Dope Man Records, Hit 'Em Up Records, whatever.
Yeah, Shoot You in Your Ass Records.
Think about it. So at the end of the day, how are you going to brand that, or what are you going to do with that in the future if you make it?
Yeah.
So people don't realize you got to think. We have to be 10 steps ahead of them.
Yeah.
And we also got
3 times as good.
And also the power
and
of words. And people don't realize the power of words. Like, when you start saying that negative stuff, it's going to come back. I've always like, man, I got to say something positive because that's what
Master
I want.
P, No Limit.
No Limit Records.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got to ask you now, you've been through what's been documented in hip hop.
Yeah.
You lived through it as far as Biggie passing, Tupac passing, the rise of Death Row, Bad Boy. You went through all that and was never really reeled in. Even when you worked with Snoop, it wasn't like, you know, you took on things, but we never saw where it was like, Master P or No Limit just got caught up into something when there was so much going on, beautiful things, but how did you stay away from the so-called negativity at the time?
Well, you know what? Everybody's friends ain't my friends. I tell people all the time, man, who you pick and choose to be your friends, it's definitely going to have a cause and effect on your life. I stuck with the people that I came up with. So people, if you go back and look, you don't see me with all hanging out and partying with all these guys because I feel like they wasn't there with me on the bills of this. I want to celebrate with the people around me. So, you know, I think when people get to Hollywood, they start grabbing all these friends and they come back on you.
Yeah.
And so I mind my business. You know what I'm saying? And that's people don't realize when you mind your business. My grandmother always told me, you got nothing good to say, don't say nothing.
AP,
so it ain't my business.
Out of the years I've known you, even when pushing records hard, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen you in a club.
No.
I've never seen you at the Floyd Mayweather party, the such and such release party. Like,
I'm coming to get the money, Big. If you do see me, that means there's some money for me to get.
Or it's probably money you don't want either because I've never seen you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, to be honest with you.
Like, you love sports and entertainment, but I don't see you there.
Nah, you know what, to be honest with you, it got to be rare if you're going to see me there. It got to be for something bigger. Yeah. If I'm coming, it's going to be about helping somebody or doing something bigger than just partying.
Like, I'll see you other places.
Yeah.
But the camera ain't there.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's families and it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're giving away toys and turkeys
well, to
and
be honest with you,
hot plates. And
I'm no different than nobody else. You know, I'm not perfect, but I do have different values. You know, I feel when I'm going to a club, it's going to have to be about some money because so many of my friends that got killed and went to prison. My brother in prison for being at a club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand what it is. And so, like, when I go, I'm going right.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't making me no money, I don't need to be getting away from my family.
I heard that.
You know
P, do you
saying?
drink?
No.
I heard that. You smoke?
No.
I heard that. Yeah, we got to hang out a little bit more. Not just because and when we hang out, man, you know, I want you to buy the meals. Master P, thank you for coming into the neighborhood, hanging out with us, man. And the movie it is, I got the hookup to July 12th. We'll see you in the neighborhood before that as well because we got a campaign. We should do a theater buyout too, though.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we got to put something together where we go with our own audience, man, and we sit down and we watch the movie.
I just want to let y'all know the soundtrack is coming July 12th, too. It's going to be a double CD, one July 12th and one October when the movie
goes back
TV.
to,
Yeah, go back to TV.
Yeah. Man, well, thank you for coming. You already know look at it. You already know his like streaming dates. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my different platform dates. Yeah. But no, thank you for coming into the neighborhood and hanging out with us, man.
For sure.
And continue to be an inspiration, bro. And I love you. I appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate you.
And thank you for just being here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sharing your blessings with so many.
Yes.
Master P in the neighborhood, Big Boy in the neighborhood.